It's a possibility, you never know. Have you
Wait till
attempted
you
to
see
call
the
the defence, or...?
negative, mate. Negative. Is that the process? Should I try call him? I believe I did just see him outside. He's got a very memorable mohawk, let's say.
I see, I see. Alright, yeah, please see if he's around. Well, there's
Yep,
some
yep,
people
yep, yep.
coming in now.
Oh, that's him just there, sir.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, you might want to let him in.
Good day, Mr. Escobar, sir. Let you through here.
Where would you like me to sit?
You be sitting on the right side, sir.
Over here? At the desk here, or?
Yeah, mate. Yep. Is this your lawyer?
Not my lawyer, just like
You just sit on the benches there.
alibi.
You're witness.
Yeah, witness alibi. Yep.
This could be a very interesting court
Would
case.
you like his witness to sit, sir?
He can stay in the gallery until he needs to be called up.
Yeah.
If he wishes to be questioned, or...
Just be in the gallery or where the benches there, sir, close by. You'll get called up. Beauty, mate, beauty.
Alright, gonna see about getting this party started, I think. Well, that feels a bit weird. Might try that again. Alright, everyone. Gonna get this show started. My name is Junior Magistrate Woodman. I'm here today to hear the court case of Victoria Police versus Vince Escobar. I believe it's quite a large docket of charges, but we'll get into that. I don't want to hear any outbreaks or yelling within my courtroom. This is my courtroom. Any breaches of this rule will be met with contempt of court. I'm assuming people don't want to get those kind of charges here. Alright, so let's get started. Prosecution, please step forward. Identify yourself, name and rank, what charges you're bringing forth today, and any evidence, witnesses you may be listing. You need to make sure you use your big boy voice too. Big boy.
Yep. Let's do that here. So I am Senior Constable Bernard Whittaker of a police force. Is it all right if I refer to my notes, sir, just to get the charges right?
That's perfectly fine.
UT. So today we're bringing a case against Mr. Escobar, first name Vince. He's being charged today, we're allegedly charged with 2 counts of evade police, attempted murder, also on police officers, dangerous driving causing injury, again on police officers, commercial amounts of drug dependence, and trafficking of drug dependence. The evidence I bring forward today would just be the warrant we have for questioning. There was evidence that was at the scene, but unfortunately, an officer that was with me last night has taken that and has not made it to the courtroom today. I have no witnesses. It'll just be my own testimony today, sir.
Very good, very good. I just want to step forward and give me that warrant, if you don't mind.
I had an issue with the printer. I thought you might be able to see it on your tablet, sir.
Oh, I don't have a tablet.
Well, looks like you just got to go for my word of mouth today, sir, unfortunately.
Oh, very good, very good. Alright, take a seat. Alright, defense, Mr. Escobar, please stand up. Would you like me to read these charges out for you?
Yeah, if you would wish.
Not a problem, and then we can do the guilty, not guilty. You're just representing yourself today, sir?
Yeah, I'm just representing myself, but I've got a witness slash alibi.
So it's going to be your testimony plus a witness testimony as well?
Yes.
Excellent. Alright, let's have a look here. So in regards to the evade charge, that's just attempting to pull away from police after being signalled to stop. Pulling away is defined by deliberately increasing speeds to increase the distance between yourself and the pursuing vehicle. We've got that one. The next charge was attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
That one, is it correct? Victoria Police is attempted murder? Was that attempted murder police or just attempted murder?
I believe the charge was dropped down to be nice towards the bed, but it really was 2 counts of attempted murder of police. He hit us with an automobile.
Oh, okay.
Use ran me over first in a car.
We'll get to that. That'll be part of your testimony if you wish that.
No.
Anyway, so in regards to attempted murder, it also comes under the same murder charge, which is attempting to kill someone else in a deliberate manner, or in a deliberate manner causing a serious injury, in a head injury, that could result in death. It can't be charged against any other murder charge, so there's that one.
Yep.
Regarding dangerous driving, let's have a look here.
That's gonna spell it right.
Right, dangerous driving. It's just quite simple as driving into oncoming traffic or off-road without a lawful reason. It's an interesting one. As for the drugs, let's see here. Yeah, the commercial quantity drug of dependence, that's the possession of. So it states that the law here, found in possession of more than 200 units total of any drug or combination of drugs. So that could be whatever drugs are out there at the moment.
Yeah.
Then the last charge is regarding trafficking.
Fucking spelling.
Trafficking a drug of dependence, which is just found attempting to sell drugs. Alright, so in regards to the first charge, evading police, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Attempted murder, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
A dangerous driving causing injury, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty, no problem. Commercial amount drug of dependence, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
And trafficking drug of dependence, guilty or not guilty?
Definitely not guilty.
Definitely not guilty. Okay, so you're not guilty on all charges today?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Fantastic. Okay, take a seat. Prosecution, please step forward, present your case, and you have 8 minutes to bring that forth to me.
Beautiful, sir. Is it right today if I refer to the warrant? The first
Yes, you
question?
may. Yes, it would be. It would be admissible if it was in a printed format. It's perfectly fine if it's in the police database.
Beautiful, sir. And I also have my own testimony for the rest of the charges.
Excellent.
Righty. So on the 17th of the 1st, 2024, at approximately 9 p.m, there were pictures taken by Unit Wodonga 215 going out to the Melbourne airport. And upon arrival, Wodonga 215 didn't see any POIs or VOIs at the scene. Once Wodonga 215 looked around, the unit managed to spot an individual who was disturbing something towards the locals. Photos were taken of this individual who wasn't wearing a mask and were very visible in these photos. Wodonga 215 then called for backup units to come in, and the individual had disappeared. A vehicle was found around the side of the building, and plates were taken of the vehicle, light blue in colour, Evo 9, with the plates come back to one Mr. Vince Escobar. Upon finding the vehicle, the Wodonga 215 unit did another check around the area to find the individual whose photos matched the one in the database of one Mr. Vince Escobar, proceeded to initiate a foot pursuit. Eyes were lost, and the area had become a crime scene. The vehicle was also blocking a main road into the airport and was searched. Upon the search of the vehicle belonging to Mr. Vince Escobar, 247 bags of meth were found in the boot of the vehicle. These drugs were seized. After about 30 minutes after this encounter, Mr. Vince Escobar had another unit call up Wodonga 215 to the station and began to ask why his vehicle was searched in an aggressive manner. After not complying with Wodonga 215, the Mr. Vince Escobar proceeded to engage in a police pursuit, with eyes being lost. All evidence was placed in the locker 58691-234, and I have an APR hit for 8 p.m. on the 17th of the 1st for Mr. Vince Escobar's Evo 9, and also the Vic Roads profile matching it. So that would be his original charges for his first charge of evade police and his drug dependence and drug trafficking. So for his charges of attempted murder, that would be last night's escapades. As you can see with this warrant, that makes his vehicle wanted. So his vehicle was flagged many times last night, roughly by myself at 8 p.m. It was first seen at Ubu car park and then fled for us and managed to evade us successfully. Then approximately an hour later, about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the vehicle was then spotted again and engaged in a very long pursuit, going across the city, going both on-road, off-road, going in the wrong ways of travel, correct ways of travel. And we eventually got to the Del Perro freeway, which the individual, Mr. Vince Escobar, in his same blue Evo 9, was eventually boxed in against one of the walls, where myself and another officer attempted to either get the person out of his vehicle or put spike strips in front of his vehicle. Whilst I was placing spike strips on the ground, he proceeded to hit myself and the other officer multiple times with the vehicle in an attempt to flee the scene, and he did flee successfully. And at this point, the pursuit was deemed imperative due to him injuring myself and another officer and using his vehicle as a deadly weapon to escape. Shortly thereafter, as his vehicle had been made incapable of driving, he was apprehended, taken to the station, at which point he was very aggressive with officers, refused to even allow us to question him, because this warrant is actually a warrant for questioning, even though the individual was positively identified, and wanted to go to court immediately. And I guess here we are today, sir.
All right, very good. Does the prosecution rest?
I do indeed, sir. I do rest.
All right, thank you. Please take a seat. All right, Mr. Escobar, please come forth, present your case, and call your witness when you wish that to happen.
All right. So what we've got here is, so I was at the airport. Yes, my car was there. I was at the airport picking up my friend who was in the back. He was in a flight from Brisbane to Melbourne. So I was picking him up. Parked my car down the side, which was out of the way of the airport, out of the way of traffic and locals walking around. Picked him up, waited for him to bring his flight in. His flight was a bit delayed, so I was just hanging around. These officers said they've seen me. They have photos of me. They showed me the photo. All they've got is a photo of the back of someone's head who appears to have the same haircut as me, which obviously you cannot prove someone's identity by a haircut because...
Can I stop you there, Mr. Escobar? Victoria Police, where is this photo, this evidence?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying earlier. The officer that was with me, Senior Constable Sharp, had the evidence on him, and unfortunately, he's taken a flight last night, or I have rather, and not collected that evidence.
I see. Did you not mention in your testimony that there's evidence inside the locker number?
I did, sir, and I did attempt to get a higher up officer to come in, but due to the nature of the time of this court case, it's a bit hard to get officers in to get that evidence for me.
I see. It's just when was this court case booked?
At 12 a.m. last night, sir.
All right, that would be 12 a.m. this morning. 11:59 would be last night. 11:59 and 59 seconds. In cases, details do matter. All right, Mr. Escobar, please continue.
So, as I was saying, they supposedly had a photo of the back of somebody's head. I proceeded to ask them when I went to the police station after I noticed my vehicle was searched. I proceeded to ask them, have you got photos of my face? Can you actually prove that it was allegedly me, the one selling drugs? They couldn't provide any evidence. All they continued to say was they found bags of methamphetamine in my boot. They then later on, once I was obtained, they showed me a photo, which is, in their words, the best evidence they had, which was the back of somebody's head. I've seen numerous amounts of people. I've got many friends in the city with the same haircut. So obviously you can't identify somebody by a haircut. There was no photos of tattoos. There was no photos of faces. There was no photos of nothing. They said they were allegedly in a police pursuit with me on foot, where they could visibly see my face. Once again, there's no evidence. I was sitting in the terminals waiting for my friend, as he can relate to you back there. In regards to the police pursuit, the incident where he mentions Uwu, my car was seen. I was not in that car. Once again, if he has evidence to prove I was in that car, no worries. I don't think he does. I wasn't in the car. There is a lot of what you would call Dannies going around the city at the moment, stealing cars, doing whatever they want. So, once again, it was not me in the car. Yep.
What's the objection for, sir?
Yeah, he was apprehended from his own vehicle last night to book this court case.
What do you mean?
At the airport? Is that the objection?
He was apprehended from his vehicle last night, the same vehicle with the plate in it, in order to even book this court case.
Oh, I see.
Saying it's misleading. He's trying to imply his vehicle was stolen.
Yeah, it was stolen because you said I got chased.
Stolen if you were apprehended from inside the vehicle.
But you said I was in 2 police chases, correct? One was fleeing from Uwu, which I supposedly got away from. So therefore, you have no evidence to prove it was me driving.
You're
The
not being
second
charged
one,
for that one, sir. That was 3 police chases. You're only being charged for 2.
yeah, but that's the one you bring up. So I'm bringing up what you're bringing up.
It's not what I brought up, sir.
Judge, did he
charging
not say something about an Uwu Cafe incident where I
There
fled the
was
scene?
an Uwu Cafe incident. So
Thank you very much.
was there an AMPR hit on that particular incident? Prosecution?
There is, sir, but it's not what he's being charged with today. It's not what there'd be 3
I
charges
see, I
of
see.
evade police if that was the case.
I see. All right, yeah, continue.
No worries. So the second one, you're referring to where I got arrested. That was me. But once again, you're chasing me for no reason, constantly running me off the road, running me over. I got out of the car and 2 of your officers ran me over. Police brutality. And then which one was the third police chase allegedly?
The one you just admitted to, sir.
What was that, sorry?
What you just admitted to, sir, was the third one. The first one was from the police station after you refused and accused the officers of searching your vehicle aggressively.
I didn't know I was in a police chase. I went to inquire, and then he mumbled some shit, and I left. Nobody turned their lights on. Nobody engaged in a police chase. I didn't hear no sorry.
Just what it says the warrant, sir.
Yeah, but nobody said there was a warrant. I was going there for questioning for my own sake. Nobody said there was a warrant against my name. I got in my car and I left. So therefore, I did not.
Sir, I can't tell you what happened, mate.
Yeah, well, therefore, I did not know I was in a police pursuit. So if you can prove that I knew full well I was in a police pursuit, no worries. But to my knowledge, I didn't see any police lights. I didn't see any police sirens. The bloke was still standing there talking to another police officer who I got to call him. If I was scared of something, I wouldn't directly go to a police station after noticing my car was searched and ask to see the police officer that searched it. There. So I don't really have much more to say than that.
Yes, very well. Did you want to call up your witness?
Yep. Jay?
No worries. Where do I just walk up, or?
The prosecution, can you please let the gentleman in? And when you walk up, just come to the seat on my left. And I'll have to swear you in. Yeah, if you just look at the seat, you'll be able to sit in it.
Think about third eye.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Do you promise not to mislead the court under threat of perjury?
I do.
Excellent. Please proceed, Mr. Escobar.
Yeah.
So, Jay, what was I doing at the airport? If you could kindly tell the judge.
Well, I was on a flight from Brisbane down to Melbourne, and yeah, my good friend Vinny here came to pick me up. Unfortunately, my flight was a bit delayed, so yeah, I think he was stuck waiting around a bit, and yeah, finally got there, and yeah, came out and went out to his car, and he realised his car had been looked through and things had been taken.
All right. Officer, can I just add, from where my car was to where the crime scene and the call was made, is that in the vicinity of the crime scene? Was the car location in the vicinity of that crime scene?
I believe your vehicle was part of the crime scene, yes, sir.
So where was the call made?
The Melbourne airport area. I just went the warrant, mate. I wasn't the officer that was arriving on scene.
But Melbourne airport's a big area. Like, have a look. It's a pretty big airport. I just want to know how far from where the call was made to where my car was, if that's in your radius of a...
Mate, you're questioning the witness, not me, mate.
I'm questioning you at the moment. The witness is done. He's said his statement.
The witness can return back to the docks.
I just want to know how far from where you had the call to where my car was, if that is still in your area. Because I think my vehicle was wrongly searched. Just because it's parked near or at an airport doesn't mean it's in your area of the crime scene.
Do I have to answer this, Your Honor, or
I believe it's actually, I'll be honest with you, that's an extremely interesting question because the defense is saying that they were at the airport to pick a friend up, and that's their testimony. If my vehicle was down there, I wouldn't want my vehicle to be searched if I was picking someone up. It's sort of a valid question. I mean, there's no fault of yours, unfortunately, if there's no leadership available to open up a locker. But there's no photograph and no actual evidence showing to me. We just have testimonies on both sides, and I believe the question could be valid if it's possible that someone may have been parked on a different level, then it mightn't be in the same area as the crime scene, for example. If it's a 500-meter walk, I wouldn't think that would be in the entire area. You can't go through the entire airport looking for criminals all the time. It'd be very difficult to do that.
That's what I mean.
But the innocent people could be caught in the crossfire of investigations. So I believe that the question could be valid in this. I'm listening.
look, respectfully, I'm not on the witness stand. I should be responding to questions. It's secondary.
True.
I wasn't at the scene, so I can't testify in truth. But I did see the photos, and if you want to see, if you want to hear the actual distance from where the photos were, it looked only to be 150 meters or so. It was parked also illegally. So it, like, irregardless, I honestly can't say that I seen it with my own eyes. I wasn't at the scene, but from the pictures, it did look rather close.
So there's pictures. So there's pictures from where the call was made to where my car was.
The call was made at the location where the photo of the individual was.
That's right. So how far from where the photo of the individual was to where my car was?
100 meters. The number I just said to you.
So
to him.
So there's a photo of allegedly me and my car.
Your vehicle.
Yeah. Is there a photo of them two combined?
It's not admissible in court, so it doesn't really matter anyway, mate. But yes.
That's right. So therefore, you have no evidence in this case. Have you also got a photo of what contents were?
Objection, not on the witness stand. I'm not answering any more questions.
Yes, I think we'll move on from this.
Mate.
It is.
Is there photos of what stuff was found in my boot? I don't think so.
If you wish to question Victoria Police, you should have added them into your testimony requirement when I first asked.
I wasn't sure on how to proceed about that. Sorry.
That's perfectly fine. All right. Does the defense rest, or do you have some more testimony?
No, I think I've said enough today.
All right. Take a seat. All right. This is a very interesting case. I'll be honest. The lack of evidence here within the courtroom is giving me, I'll be honest, a bit of a headache. I always like to see photos or something in regards to giving everyone a fair trial. So I am going to be deliberating for a few minutes in my chambers on the evidence, or I should say the testimonies on both sides, and I'll be back with a verdict shortly.
This is a pickle. Very big pickle. I wonder if there's another magistrate around that could give me an idea. There is one. Savannah Supreme is in Discord. Just gonna message her. I got a hard case. Because I can't get into lockers. So I'm just asking a statement. This is a hard case. Big Paul brought no evidence but testimony because I can't access the lockers. And that's true. You need to be a high-end person. And defendant says they were picking up a mate at the airport and it was an illegal search. It is good testimony regarding the warrant, as that is police record. But it's the It's the search of the vehicle. And the missing photos is a pain in the ass. I actually want to see the distance from where the call was placed to where the vehicle was. Because in my opinion, if it's right nearby, then it could be searched. But if it's at the other end of the airport, then it's a different sort of kettle of fish. We'll see what Savannah says. And they're replying now. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Savannah says if they try to give them possession charge and defense contests it and police don't have provide a search receipt, they'd side with the defense. It's a really good point. It's a good point. So I'm just replying, it's a good point, and that's where I was going. But what about searching the car because it was near the scene? Because I don't know how near the scene it was because there's no photo evidence. So that's where the whole thing. All right. Search was unlawful. Okay, same thing. If this defense says the search was unlawful. All right. And something was found which is being used to prosecute. All right. Sounds like, yeah, VicPol didn't bring their A game today. Well, they just didn't bring stuff, like evidence. Search receipt proof is legal. All right. It's fair all around. All right, I'm going to go with this one.
All right. This is quite the contrary. But we're going to be looking here. So in regards to the 2 evade charges, I will be ruling guilty because those 2 evades did happen and chases did get created. In regards to attempted murder, that one's I'm going to side with VicPol on this particular one. So that will be a guilty as well. It's not attempted murder police, so it's not the higher grade, it's just the standard attempted murder. And along with that, because there was a vehicle involved, the dangerous driving causing injury is also going to be guilty as well. Now, in regards to the drugs, so without the photograph, a search receipt, or any kind of actual physical evidence, the search of the vehicle, there's no search receipt provided by VicPol. There's no photographic evidence saying how far the vehicle was from the actual scene itself. You can't say if there's a call down to Victoria's airport and you can't say the entire airport's a crime scene. It has to have a certain amount of space from the crime scene to see how far you can actually go, maybe within running distance or thereabouts. But in regards to commercial amount drug of dependence, I'm going to be saying not guilty in regards to that particular charge. The search was illegal. However, because there were drugs found in the car, unfortunately, so you won't be getting those back. They'll stay in Victoria Police's lockup. In regards to trafficking, drug of dependence, photograph of the back of someone's head. If the photograph was here, it still isn't really admissible. It's really to see some facial features, including a handoff. And alongside that, even if there was a foot chase, and I don't know how Victoria Police could get in front of the defence if they were chasing them to get a proper identification and not catch him in that particular case. So trafficking drug of dependence is also not guilty. I'm going to be awarding the charges. So we've got evade police, attempted murder, and a dangerous driving causing injury. He's going to be 65 weeks in Port Phillip Prison. My ruling is final. Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think that was fair. I
Yeah,
think that was
good.
fair.